Sony, it's time to stop! It's time to stop! You can't keep doing this, Sony! You can't! You just can't keep going like this! Someone needs to put an arm on your shoulder and go, you're done. Like Kevin Feige and the rest of Marvel needs to come over and go, you're done. You just, come on, give the toys back. Give the toys back. You can't do it. And they're like, but Venom made money, and we still have No, it's okay. Give it all back. Give it all back. Come on. It needs to go like that. Like, Kevin Feige just needs to go into Sony's office and go, come on, give it back. Come on. Give it back. Give it back. Oh, okay. Like, just shout in the boardroom's face. Just shout, give it back. And they're like, be like, no, not even shout. Like, just Kevin Feige and the CEOs over at Disney, which you're dealing with a lot thanks to a certain Republican governor. Fuck you, just shithead. Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. But yeah, Disney CEOs and Kevin Feige and all of them need to come into Sony's office when they're having a board meeting and just go, give it back. Like, not even like I said, shouting, but more like they just need to be like a stern father who's disappointed in their son. Like, we trusted you, and you've lost, and you failed. I know. What are you gonna do? Oh, give it back. All right, you can have them back when you're You can have these characters back when you're more responsible. Because here's the thing. Like, we just had a whole thing with CinemaCon, and I didn't talk about it last night because I was tired, and now that we have more stuff coming out with it, like the next Ghostbusters movie to be a sequel to Afterlife, which, real quick, I know some people didn't go to my Patreon to see my Ghostbusters Afterlife review. Here's the quick end of it. I didn't like it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is terrible. I was more like, I'm bored as shit. So I know it was like I'm in the small minority of like, I didn't like Ghostbusters Afterlife, but like, I just did not care. Oh my god. And yeah, it's cool that we're getting more Ghostbuster stuff, but alright. We're also getting Venom 3, whoop-de-fucking-do. At this point, what do you do? Like, what do you really... Like, it's clear you've already blown your load after killing off Carnage. I'm not spoiling anything, we all know that. Like, you've blown your load. You couldn't just... I get it, Woody Harrelson's probably expensive, but, like, you couldn't do anything? Like, you couldn't think of anything better than, let there be carnage. You couldn't save him for later. I know you want to make Null your big villain for the Sonyverse. Don't lie, Sony. You are thinking of Null. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna get the building blocks here. You're just gonna take because Toxin, even though not a villain, you're gonna make a villain because you're fucking dumb, and not use like, I don't know, the Jury or Jack-o'-lantern. Like, how about a non-symbiote villain for a change? You're just gonna use Toxin, and you're gonna make him the Priest of Null, and you're gonna make him like the Herald of Null, like Carnage was supposed to be. I know that there's a chance that might not happen, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah. And let's not forget the clusterfuck that was Morbius. Like, let's not forget that that absolute clusterfuck you had with Morbius. Like, oh my god, that movie was balls. Anyway, so now we have more information of what's coming for Sony we still have Kraven, apparently. That's still a go. Why, I don't know. Venom 3, and then we have El Muerto. Who's El Muerto, you ask? Don't worry, I forgot too, because he is literally a capital D list character in the Marvel universe. Like, I think he only showed up in a total of like 7-8 issues tops in all of Marvel. And he did show up as like supposed to be like a new Spider-Man villain. He was supposed to, like, I think people build him as like the Bane for Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's equivalent to Bane. Because when you look at that costume, it's straight up Lucha Libre, like a Marvel version of Bane from Batman. Like, that's all it really is. And look, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Bad Bunny is a bad actor or a bad musician or anything like that. I'm not gonna say that. He is playing El Muerto. I'm just saying, like, it's very clear when you're using El Muerto, a character literally everyone, including myself, a diehard comic fan, had to go and Google for, you have hit a new low. El Muerto. Kangaroo and the Gibbon are more known than that motherfucker. Like, you could have picked, like I said, you could have used Man Mountain Makaido, and people would be like, oh, I know that character more than El fucking Muerto. Literally, there are tons of characters. So, if it hasn't been obvious enough that Sony is scraping the bottom of the Spider-Man barrel for content, obviously with, like, how bad Morbius, and it's all bad movies. Like, it hasn't, like, the past 3 movies that weren't connected to Marvel in terms of Sony Spider-Man movies have literally told me they don't get it. Like, it's very clear that, yeah, Venom 1 and 2 made money. That Venom is their cash cow. I get it. But, like, I think Morbius should have made him go, maybe we should think for a second. Or what I really do think is more of the case with Morbius is, okay, that was a hiccup. We can get over that. It's totally fine. That was a one-off thing. We can still make this. We're still a cinematic universe. We can keep powering through. It's totally fine. We're Sony. We can live through this. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. Is that it's more about trying to, and I get, like, you're trying to do new characters and whatnot. I get that, and I'm all for it. I understand it, but, like, at the same time, oh my god, after Morbius and now like Kraven, like, again, and I've said it before, Kraven should not be treated as like some anti-hero character. He's a villain, and also I already know the billing for this, like, the hype for this movie is he good or evil? You know, just like the same ad campaign we had for Venom. And Morbius literally will do the same thing of, are they good or are they evil? No, they walk the line. Yeah, it's... Again, I'm not saying, I'm not mad at the guy playing El Muerto. I'm not mad at that. What I'm more mad at is that Sony clearly just, it's got, how many more bombs is it going to take to be dropped on their bank accounts to go, maybe we should stop for a second and think. It's literally more like you didn't think, all you thought about was what you could and didn't think about what you should. I know I'm butchering that classic Jurassic Park line, but it's kind of like an apt description for what's going on here. Like, Madam Web, you're obviously just going to integrate stuff from Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, for that one, because you could not make a solo movie about Madam Web. That's impossible. You also have, again, Kraven. What the fuck were you thinking of making that character? You're going to make him an anti-hero instead of, a dark villain story. And, yeah, you have... And the only thing really going for them... And you could say, but what about Spider-Verse? Spider-Verse is good. Yeah, Spider-Verse is their only shining accomplishment in animation. And, yeah, it's not coming out this year. It's being pushed back to into summer of next year. Yeah. So, but we do know that it is going to be called Across the Spider-Verse and then Beyond the Spider-Verse. Instead of Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, I guess they're making it like a legit trilogy, which, yeah, that's the only and I know, I've bitched about, Sony Spider-Man stuff, but I will constantly defend that Into the Spider-Verse and the Miles stuff in animation is their shining, what they should really focus on, and just leave the live-action stuff to Marvel. That's what it should have been, that's what it always should have been, and now that I've said that, Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse is just going to blow chunks, because I've completely jinxed it. Anyway, I don't know what the whole point of this video was. I think it's more to rant because, like, when you get to a character that literally hasn't been seen since the Civil War era of Marvel, I think it's time to stop, man. It's just time to stop. Anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of all this? Like it, hate it? Just comment below, let me know. And as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below. Head on over to my Patreon. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.